Today is, I believe, January 18th, 2017. We're still in the first month of 2017. I know a lot of people are talking and they're saying everything just went kind of haywire. Is this any indication of how the year's going to be? And if it is, I want out already. Um, and I've been kind of feeling that same way myself. There's definitely an energy shift out there. There's a shift. We've known that it's physically happening. I was just listening to somebody today. He's the first person I heard outside of my personal circle that said the sky has changed. I've seen the sky change. I know that there's a lot of spiritual things going on. I know that the veil has been thinned. People that don't normally see spirit beings are seeing them. People that don't normally hear are hearing. And even if you're not, many people are just feeling a little off, a little like they don't belong here anymore. And I don't know if, I mean, people are talking about we've shifted into a different world and we're not on the same earth or in the same realm. And you know what? Who am I to say? I don't know if any of that's true. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I don't discount anything because I know that God is all powerful. I know that God talks about Jesus returning. He talks about the rapture. People look at the rapture and they say, that's crazy. It couldn't happen. Okay. There's a lot of things that I have personally seen in my life that people would say is impossible. We've seen people heal. My friend has a grandchild who was not supposed to make it another couple hours, and he is, I think he's in fourth or fifth grade right now. And he's fine. He's perfectly healthy. I've seen people who are supposed to pass over and they made it. I myself have been told that I should get my affairs in order, that my disease would take me out, and here I am. Um, Not even close, I don't think, to being on the other side. I have come this close to passing, and I've been in experiences and accidents. Just less than 2 weeks ago, I experienced one of those where I should have been, well, according to the laws of physics, I shouldn't be here right now, or I should be greatly injured. So I don't discount anything. I know that miracles happen. I've seen them happen. I know that I've manifested things that the world would see as impossible. I know I've also dealt with things that people say, why should you have to deal with that? Because you are so focused on God, you devote your life to God. You know what? There's always people worse off and always people better off. That's always going to be that way. Our job is just to remain focused on God, always put Him first. The Bible says, seek first the kingdom of God, and all else will be granted to you. So, God will take care of the rest. He says, just take care of me, focus on me. Don't take care of me, focus on me, keep your eyes on me, and I'll take care of the rest. And that's basically really what we have to do. Easier said than done, right? In this world, we can get caught up in the stresses of illness, the stresses of financial problems, the stresses of, family members going through stuff, and all different kinds of things that can get us off track. Then, not to mention, we have our emotional wounds and our soul wounds of things that have happened in the past. And many people just write that off and they say, okay, I was abused as a child, so this is who I am, take it or leave it. I don't buy into that theory either, because I myself went through terrible experiences as far as sexual assault and abuse as a child, and abandonment issues and all of that. And you know what? We have a choice whether we're going to just use that, or if we're going to become the best people that we can be. God can do anything. He can turn anybody around. It doesn't matter if you are what society considers a monster, or if you're just the average person. The average person is still a sinner and needs to be turned around. So didn't mean to get off track. What I want to talk about today is paying attention and manifesting the life that you desire. So I'm sitting here and I'm saying, I'm totally sick of dealing with the same things over and over. I was talking with a client last night, and she was talking about how Everything is circular in her life, and she keeps coming back to the same problem. No matter what she does, no matter how many classes she takes, no matter how many um, approaches she tries, she always comes back to the same thing. Excuse me. I have other clients who relationships are an issue. Maybe they've been married several times and they still want that relationship, but they're not getting it right. Or, whether it's money, career, whatever it is, I think we all find ourselves in this circular place because the way that energy flows and the way that this universe is set up is it is all circular. Everything's circular. Everything goes in a circular motion. So we can heal our soul wounds. It's still going to come up again. But if you're in a different place, then you can kind of shift that. So these things will always come around again, but you can shift it. Okay. So are you sick of it? Are you just sick of whatever the issue is? You got to get to a place where you're just absolutely sick of it. Not in a way that you're ready to leave this world, which we've all been there before. I'm not talking about suicidal. I'm talking about just, it's okay if I go, I'm fine, I'm done with this world. It's another thing. The evil, it seems like the separation has gotten really, um, it's visible anyway. I think it's always been there, but it's visible now. I mean, talk about two sides divided, right? We have those that are of the mindset of evil, and then those that are kind of dangling over here going, what is going on in this world? How come the evil is outweighing the good? How come it seems as if everything is flip-flopped? It has been predicted that this is going to happen. So don't feel like you're crazy. You're not crazy. Even people that teach, positive methods, and if you really pay attention, if they're talking about being self-centered, if they're talking about life is all about you, you can do whatever you want, basically, there is no harm, it's just your perspective, it's your perception, and there is no evil. And if they're saying that kind of stuff, run, don't walk, run, get away from that person, because it's not true. It sounds like it's true, it seems to fit, it seems to feel good, right? Because we all would like to say everything's okay and it's just a lesson and I don't have to worry about this, that, or the other. But we have to look at the truth, and the truth says that it does matter, that we are all sinners, and that we're not here to just do whatever we want and it's okay and it's just one big spiritual playground, okay? Which is, hey, who doesn't want to, believe that kind of stuff because it makes everything okay, right? Well, it's not. That's not the truth. So there's an old saying, right, that I think they use it in AA and programs like it, that when you get sick enough of being sick, then you're going to change something, right? So are you sick of it yet? Are you sick of the way things are going? Are you sick of all the bull? Are you sick of the struggle, whether it be in relationship or health or family or financial? Are you sick of it? Are you really sick of it? Because if you're really sick of it, it's okay. It's time for change. Have you ever noticed when you finally say, okay, God, I'm done. I'm done. All of a sudden, here it comes, exactly what you've been waiting for however long that you've been trying to do, whatever it is that you've been trying to do, been trying to control and make things happen. And then it just appears as if nothing. And you go, oh gosh, why didn't I do that before? Have you ever been there? Have you ever felt that? I know I have. And it absolutely makes sense, right? I think many times that's what it takes, right? Is for us to just be fed up and say enough. Let's remember that all great gems, diamonds, and all great valuable gems are not created without heat and pressure. And I think a lot of times God allows, even though He may not be the creator of the problem, He allows us to struggle through the heat and the pressure to create the person that He wants us to be. Let's remember that God does care. He cares if we're eating, sleeping, in a good relationship, we're happy. But what He cares about more is that we're of the right character, that we're living the life that He wants us to live. He wants the best for us. Okay, so I'm kind of getting off track again. Okay, so are you at that point where you're sick of it? Are you? Are you at that point where you're no longer willing to take control of this? You realize that, okay, this keeps happening. I'm obviously doing something wrong. I'm ready. I'm ready to stop. I'm ready to change. Lord, I surrender. First step.
Okay. And you can watch a million videos on the law of attraction, and you can understand that God created the universe a certain way, and we have all these laws that work, and they work. They work. They work. They work. He created them. They work. How come we don't work them right? Well, maybe because of our own blocks, our own soul wounds, our own whatever. I mean, look at the animal kingdom. Look at this little girl right here, and look at these paws. I don't know if you can see them, but she is double pawed, and she has got the biggest hands. Anyway, she's beautiful. This is my boo baby. Look at, if you watch animals, they don't worry. Okay, they might stress out if their people are stressed out, because they do tend to pick up our energy. But they don't worry about stuff. They know they're going to get fed. They know that they have a place to live. I mean, even in a world of chaos, even when I had to move 500 million times, my cats knew that they were going to be okay. When my dogs got hit, one got kicked and one got hit by a car, they knew they were going to be okay, because to them, I am like their God. They trust me, right? They don't doubt me. They don't say, hey, she's not going to do this. I think sometimes they're like, hurry up and feed me. I don't think we should be that demanding. But anyway, if you've got a little bored, I'm going into what I was going to talk about, okay? So maybe you can tell your friends don't start until like 11:20 or whatever, okay? All right, so first of all, be sick of it. Be done with it. Realize you don't have any control. Stop trying to control it. Okay, you're done with the control. All right, let's get going. In your little notebook, journal. Some people have the fancy journals with the hard cover. Some people, I just use regular notebooks. And you know why I use regular notebooks? Because I go through them so quickly. It's easier to go to the dollar store and pick up 10 of them than it is to buy the hardcover, right? So anyway, whatever works for you. If the hardcover makes you feel better, use the hardcover, whatever it is, okay? But have something devoted to you, okay? And I can look through my old notebooks, and I can see manifestations that happened that came to physical reality, and very quickly. And that's one reason we keep them. One is because writing things down creates more of a higher vibration and makes it come to pass quicker. But another reason is it builds your faith when you look back and you say, oh yeah, that happened. And you know what? Why do we keep going backwards and say, okay, it happened this time, but it's not going to happen this time? I mean, why do we doubt? What is wrong with us? Why are we crazy people? Okay, so write down in your journal what it is that you want to manifest, and you don't have to write down just for today. I want to do like a quick experiment. Let's do a week. Let's say a week, 7 days. Okay, so write the date, and then so it's January 18th 2017. This week I manifest money and an abundance of money, love, health, friends, joy, peace, clients. Every day, each day, there's an abundance each day, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you want. But for each day, what's going to happen? Okay, so write it down, and don't write it down like I will, don't write it down like I can't wait. Write it down like I am. Today, I manifest money all day long. Today, I manifest new clients all day long. It happens in the now. Everything we do is in the now. Don't put it in the future. Don't put it in the past, because neither one exists. What exists is right now. Okay? So money flows to me on a regular basis. In all denominations, from all different sources, money flows to me on a regular basis. So you have that written in your journal. Then what I want you to do is make sure that remember, we're going to raise our vibration. And you may have already done this. If you already did this, okay, good, you're at your highest vibration. But if you haven't, a few deep breaths, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. Bring it down over you. Big shield of protection. Throw out that love everywhere. Have it touch everything around you. I am up, I am up, I am up. And close it down. Okay, now you're surrounded in love, you are at a higher vibration. Okay, and when you're at a higher vibration, your thoughts are more positive. You're not like in a grouchy, bitchy mood. If you are, you got to go back and you got to clean out the mind. You want to get rid of all those negative thoughts. Remember, we throw them into a bucket, even a glass, throw it in there, chuck it out. Your heart, if you want to open your heart, if you feel like you're kind of negative, bitchy, whatever, list 5, 6, 7 things that you're grateful for. you'll notice it'll open your heart. You'll feel better. Then raise your vibration again. Okay, so your vibration is up. Now I want you to make sure that your physical surroundings are clean. Clean up your house. If it's really a mess, clean up the best that you can. But the cleaner your physical surroundings are, the better. If it just needs to be picked up, pick it up. Go ahead, pick up your physical surroundings. Keep your natural body clean all week. So keep your physical surroundings clean all week. Keep your natural body clean all week. And I don't mean just shower. I know we all shower each day. If you don't, go ahead, do it. It'll help. But if you do, which I think you do, um, watch what you're putting into your body. Now, all things are acceptable, but try to be as clean as possible. Okay, if you're gonna muck this up with alcohol or drugs or tons of sugars or stuff, you're gonna be weighing your physical body down. So try to be as clean as possible. Try to eat. I'm not saying you have to be strict and horrible, but eat as clean as possible. Fast if you want to. Don't make yourself sick, but this is a time of cleansing. You're getting rid of all the old, you're bringing in the new. Okay, especially if you want to be in a relationship or something, you want to make sure you are at your best, right? Okay, so you clean your physical surroundings, keep them clean. You want to keep your body clean, your physical body clean, and then clean your energy field. If you are, just do a quick. I got a video out there of an energy bath. Just do it quickly. If you don't know what the energy bath is and you don't have time to go through the video, it's basically just going out into, even if you've cleaned up emotionally, if you've got these old scars, these old soul wounds, and you think that you're in a good place, by a call. But anyway, even if you feel like you have emotionally healed these wounds, or um, you think that you're completely okay with them, sometimes they stay in our energy field and they can wreak havoc. As we've talked about before, if you have them going on, what happens is your vibration actually brings around in that circular motion people, events, places, situations that are going to verify to you that those soul wounds are actually truth and try to bring you back down again. So you've got your surroundings cleaned, you've got your physical self cleaned, and now you want to make sure that your energy field is clean. So if you don't want to have time to go back and do the whole video watch on the energy bath, just basically go, get yourself in a comfortable state of mind, and just basically go in there and visualize your energy field all the way out 6 feet, 7 feet, whatever, and just kind of go in there and clean it out, rake it out, clean it. I know it seems crazy. This stuff works. Okay, clean it out, get it out, get it out of there, and fill it with pure, perfect light from God. Fill it up. Fill in those holes, those gaps, those tears, those wounds. Fill it right up with the healing energy, and you will feel a difference there. You might want to put a protective shield around yourself too, because there's negative being shot at us all the time. And throughout this week, we have to remember that negative forces are going to be shooting at us. They're going to present us with people, places, events, whatever, that are going to try to bring us out of that. Be determined. So don't control the situation, because we know that we can't. We've tried that, doesn't work. But one thing we can control is our thoughts, so that that we will not accept the negative. I accept no negative. I accept no negative. I accept only positive. So if a negative thought comes in, speak out a positive word, okay? And continue to walk in gratitude, because gratitude is going to keep your vibration up, and it's going to keep you in forgiveness, and it's going to keep you at a higher level, okay? So now you've you've written in your journal, you've put down exactly what this week is going to entail, what you're going to draw in every day. You've cleaned your physical surroundings, and you're keeping them clean all week. You've cleaned your physical self, and you're keeping it clean all week. You're eating as good as you can, drinking as much water as you can, fasting if you like. Don't be a fanatic about it. Just keep it clean, okay? You've cleansed your energy field, and if you feel you have to do that every day, do it every day. You have to clean your physical surroundings every day, right? And the other thing is, refuse to accept any other way. Refuse to accept it. Like I said, to change the negative thoughts when they come in. Another thing is, I know when I desperately need something and I say, okay, I desperately need it, I do that, and I do it. It's almost out of a panic, which is not what I want you to do. But I refuse to accept any different. If I need money, I find myself doing this. Nope, I refuse to go home until I have the money. I refuse to do this until I have the money. I refuse, Refuse to see it any other way. You know that the way that God works, you know He set up laws. You know those laws work. He created them. They work. They work a certain way. What messes it up is us, our doubts, our fears. So refuse to see it any other way. This is the way it's going to happen. Now, some people might say to me, well, that's crazy, Lori, because what if God wants it a different way? And I'm not talking about somebody like dying or something like that, because there are certain things that happen in this world where we have no control over it. Like, for instance, another person that we love dying. For something like that, we do have to accept that because that is part of their journey. Anything another person decides, we have to accept that because, again, we can't impose on free will or anything like that. I'm talking about the things that we do have a say over, our decisions, our choices, our life, the way that it works. Okay, don't get this don't get this messed up. Don't think, well, I've tried all this and my son is still crossed over. Well, of course he is. He's there now, and we can't impose on free will. We can't impose on whatever happened. One thing I like to do before I even do the first step and write in my notebook is ask God that I align with Him. So my energy is up. And I say, God, I want to align with you. I want my will to be your will. And the way that we can do that without even actually putting it out there, although it's always good to pray, is keep ourselves focused on Him at all times. Like I said in the beginning of this video, if while you're doing any of this stuff, if you're at a lower vibration and you're only focused on you and you couldn't care 2 points about other people or about God or about the world or whatever, you're running at a lower vibration. You're still going to be able to bring in what you want, but it's not going to be good for you. It's going to turn out to be disastrous. You always want to be riding at a higher frequency, a higher vibration. And if you are going to be aligned with the will of God. So what you do bring in is what's meant to be brought in, and it's good for you, and it's going to help you grow, and it's going to help you live a better life. The reason why, if we are aligned and we are focused on God and we're still living really negative things, is because we're either under attack and we are fallen victim to that attack, not realizing that we can change it, or not even observant that we are, or we're within ourselves, our own demons or whatever we are falling prey to. So we can block, or outside negative forces can block. But if you're aligned with God, if you're reading your Bible every day, if you're in the Word, if you're walking with Him, if you are seeking Him first, praying every morning or whatever, you're going to be aligned with Him, and the stuff is going to come to pass easily. So my whole point is, you do this, okay? And then you pay attention all week. Okay, you've done it. We're starting today at whatever time it is, whatever time you're watching this. Start tomorrow, start today, whatever. And now pay attention. And you can get, I don't have one with me, but say like you can even do it in a regular notebook, or you can use like a calendar, like a appointment book. I use an appointment book for my appointments. You can use an appointment book, and on one side of the appointment book put your appointments, on the other side put this. Or you can use like a ledger. Don't do it on the computer, do it handwriting, because handwriting is much more powerful. So if you don't have one, you can use your journal. I would suggest getting another one. I guess you could use the same one, or like I said, an appointment book or whatever. But as you notice these things, if you have time, do it at the time. But if not, at the end of the day, look and see what happened. Let's say we're saying money's going to come in every day. Let's just use money as an example. Okay, so throughout the day, what happened? I want you to count money that you find. I want you to count money that people give to you. I want you to count if somebody unexpectedly pays for you for something. I want you to count that. I want you to count if you get an unexpected discount. Whatever. If somebody gives you something, because remember, I'm using money as an example, but if you are manifesting, prosperity in all areas, if somebody offers you something else that's not money, but it's something else, if you met a new friend, be observant of everything that happens, write it down. When you write it down, put the date, put, the time if you remember, but the date, the day, write it down, and then be thankful. Be thankful. Thank the actual thing, the money, whatever it is. And thank you for coming to me. Thank you for vibrating towards me. And thank God that it came in. That gratitude, that act of writing it down, is going to record it. And we know that when something is recorded, it's that much more powerful. The universe has also recorded it. And thank God, we know that gratitude is one of the three that brings together what we want. So today, January 18th, refuse whatever it is that you're unhappy in and change it today. I'm going to come back in 7 days. I would love to hear whether you want to tell me privately, whether you want to comment. Tell me, how did it work for you? If you're not comfortable with a week, do it for 3 days. Do it for one day. Even one day is going to show you just how this stuff really happens. Okay? Because the moment you activate this, the moment you start to do it, the moment you write it down, even before you clean your physical surroundings and begin to clean your physical self and your spiritual self, and even before you start those actual acts, because those are actual actions. So after you write it down, that's an action too. But after you write it down and you say, okay, I'm convinced, and now you get up and you start cleaning, or you go and you take the shower, or whatever, you have actually activated it. Okay, so let me know how it works. I'm sorry this video is so long, but I'm just so very excited about it. Alrighty, let's see what happens. I'm gonna call this the purple challenge. Okay, I only picked that because I'm wearing purple. All right, the purple challenge. Tell me how did it work?